So you're telling me that Rangers couldn't do their job and they lost to a championship club in the Scottish Cup final, and because of that, Kilmarnock have Europa League football and we have to go to the Europa Conference League instead? That's what you're telling me. Okay, yeah, I will check it on the OneFootball app, the sponsors of today's video, because it is the best app out there to keep up to date with all of the latest footballing news and all of the information from all of the cups around the world, including the Scottish Cup. Yes, I'm fully aware of that app, and it is fantastic. And yes, I'm fully aware that you can download it from the top line of the description for absolutely free. Yeah, I'm fully aware that it helps me and my channel out as well. I'm just not fully aware that Rangers can't do their job and can't beat Kilmarnock. That just infuriates me. I can't believe it. Europa Conference League for us. Oh, for goodness sake. Right, okay. I'll tell the boys that. Thanks for letting me know. Yep, that's right. Kilmarnock from the Championship beat Rangers on penalties in the final of the Scottish Cup, which means that they get Europa League football and it pushes us down to the Europa Conference League, which is quite frustrating. Either way, hello and welcome back to On The Rocks. Hope you're all doing well today and looking forward to today's episode as we look to try and build a squad capable of actually doing very well in the Europa Conference League this season. It's not quite the Europa League because I think this season, if we had been in it, we could have actually got ourselves into the knockout stages of the Europa League, and that would be better for our coefficient points. However, I think we have a superb chance of winning the Conference League. So it could be a silver lining, it could be our first European trophy, but I won't lie, it does hurt that Rangers just couldn't do their job in the final and beat Kilmarnock. I'm all for underdogs, all for it, I love it. Just not when it costs us higher places in European football. Either way, as we get started with today's episode, welcome back. Hope you're all doing well and you had a lovely weekend, and hopefully this is a great way to end the weekend for you. Would massively appreciate it if you guys could drop a like on today's video. Let's aim for 500 likes on this one. And also, if you're around here, make sure you do subscribe to the channel and leave a comment down below telling me which one of today's transfers you think is the best. Of course, today is the transfer special as we head into our new season with Aberdeen. And to be honest, last season we were unlucky, so unlucky not to get Champions League football or even win the title. It came down to that final day of the season and it just didn't quite work out for us, unfortunately, but we gave it a good run. This year we have to try and do everything possible to break into the top two and maybe even win that title. This season though, I am feeling very organised. I know exactly what players I want, what positions we need, and who I actually want to sign. So we'll get into that shortly, but as you can see, these are the players that I'm currently happy with right now in the starting lineup. Okay, Tam McLumper was on loan last season out at Dundee United, did really well. He is in for promotion this season. I want to play him more this season, Tam McLumper, and see how he performs. I've also promoted, also out on loan last season, Vontae Daly-Campbell. He's a young right back, was at Partick Thistle last season, played really, really well, and I think this year is going to be, if not our starting right back, definitely a backup right back for us this year. But I've got an eye on someone that I want to bring in for right back, which we'll talk about in a moment's time. As you can see though, there are gaps at right back and left back. They are the two primary positions I want to bring into the team, as well as probably another backup centre back. We've got one coming in, but another one coming in will be quite good as well. Another backup left back would be good to bring in, a backup centre mid, and a backup right wing as well. All those players we sort of need. Once we've got those, we then look to try and bring in players who are better than the players that we have in the starting lineup already. So it's going to be a busy transfer window, fingers crossed. We need to try and offload a couple of players and get some players out on loan. The players who aren't on the bench or the starting lineup down here are mostly our youngsters who are going to go out on loan again because they just need another season out on loan before they break into the first team, or like Joe Lewis and Roland Hernandez, we need to try and move on and sell. But let's jump straight into things and let's try to sign some players. The first position I want to focus on is left back, and that player is going to hopefully be Reece Devine. I know he's wanted by some championship clubs in England, so it's going to be quite difficult to beat them. But I really think Reece Devine could be a great player. He has got superb physicals, really good mentals, and 15 crossing, which is superb. I think he's better than Leif Davies, and he's had some good seasons recently at St Mirren. So for me, I think he is the first choice player we need. So transfer, make an offer. We're going to put a bid on the table of about £600,000. Although he's going to be our starting left back, he's the cheaper option. It wouldn't be a TomFM save if we're not going to try and blow a load of money on an 18-year-old Argentinian, hopefully wonder kid. And the scouts have come back and shown me Brian Portier, currently playing for Estudiantes, 18 years old, 2-star current ability, 5-star potential though, and lots of potential. He looks very good as an 18-year-old right now. Not as good as Reece Devine, or Devine, I'm not quite sure how you say it. I'm going to get it wrong all the time. Please don't hate me. But I like the look of this guy. I think he could be good. The issue is, he's going to cost a lot of money, I imagine. And according to the reports, we're looking at £2.1 to £4.6 million for him, which is a lot. But transfer, make an offer. He could be so worth it down the line. So worth it. So let's put an offer down of about 2 million. 2.3 million. Let's say that. Let's get rid of the percentage of profit from next sale and percentage of next sale. Let's get rid of those so they can't put those in. Suggest terms. 7 million? For Estudiantes, you are having a laugh. Let's bring it down. I'm happy to pay after 10 international appearances that money because it's a long time before he makes 10 international appearances. So keep that in there, that's fine. But let's bring it down to like 3.4 million. They say 5. Let's bring it down to 3.5. They still say a lot of money. How about 3.8? 5.5? 4.1? 5? 4.2? Suggest. And then all these other things start to come in. So 4.2 is 5. After 50 league appearances, they want £850,000. I don't think he'll get 50 league appearances for us for another 3 years or so, which I think is okay. So we can maybe leave that in there. Per league appearance, get rid of that. And then after 10 international appearances, 1.1 million. Let's bring it down to 1. Again, it's a long time before he even makes 10 international appearances. He plays for like the under 18s now, under 20s. But it's going to be a long time before he's playing for the senior squad. By that point, he's either been sold by us, right? We sell him at some point, or he might be worth the money at that point. So, 4.2 is a lot up front. Bring it down to £4 million and suggest that. Suggest they don't... 4.2, make the offer. Let's try that. The next player I want to bring in is another young, unknown quantity from South America. This guy is Juan Torres from River Plate in Argentina, a right back who we don't know too much about right now, but I like the look of him. The scouts like the look of him. And again, I just get excited by young Argentinian players, and we've not signed any yet in this save, and I feel like I need to get out of my system. Now, this guy I think will be a lot cheaper. I don't think we'll have to pay quite as much money for him. And again, what we'll do is get rid of the percentage of next sales stuff. Put it up to about 2.2 million. Suggest. Oh, they've instantly accepted that, which means I probably could have gone cheaper. It's a bit late now. Let's finalise the offer though. So that's 2 left backs and a right back with bids made for them. I also want to put in a request to sign Tanguy Koulibaly from Stuttgart, who is a young French winger on both sides. We could do with backup left and right wingers, and I think this guy could be fantastic. He's young enough to be really good for us, young enough to have some good potential still, and should be cheap enough. Let's approach to sign him on a free transfer. He wants to be a squad player, but I think a lot of clubs are going to want to have him, so I might put him up to regular starter and then maybe get rid of that extra playing time. Regular starter seems fine. Get rid of that preferred position, but let's leave in the strengthen the defence because we are going to do that, right? Suggest the promise. He's happy with that. Negotiate the contract. The contract looks good to me. Finalise it. Let's just give him what he wants. I want to get him in the club quickly. There are some centre mids that I do want, but I'm going to wait a little longer until we get some more scout reports on them first. In the meantime, the bid of £2.2 million for Juan Torres has been accepted, and he wants a very small contract, which is very nice. So, very quickly, regular starter, important player, that's fine, because he's probably going to be our starting right back this season. And he's locked in a £20 million release fee clause. We can't get rid of that, so that's a slight worry, but £20 million is a lot of money. Get rid of the yearly wage rise, get rid of the unused substitute fee. up the Team of the Year bonus. If he gets that, that's absolutely fine. That might placate him for getting rid of the other bonuses, but we'll leave everything else the same. Suggest terms. He's happy. This is a quick deal to get done, I think. And I told you, other clubs are going to want Koulibaly. A Ligue 1, or Ligue 2 club, sorry, wants him. Surely he would come to us instead of going there, right? On the grounds that we are playing European football. They're literally a second-tier French side. Surely he'd come to us. And Paderborn wants him now. They're a Bundesliga 2 club. So again, surely he'd come to us to play European football. Estudiantes accepting the bid for Brian Portier as well for 4.2, potentially rising to £6 million. He wants to be a fringe player to start off with. That's absolutely fine. Finalise the promise, negotiate the contract. It's a very small contract to start off with. I don't really like this wage rise thing down here. Let's get rid of that. Let's bring those down a little bit. I'm having to pay more money down the line, just not that much. Suggest that. Just keep bringing it down. 6 and 4. 3.3. Okay, good deal. Still not heard anything back about Reece Devine or Divine, whatever he's called. I'm going to mess it up all the time. Although the bid has been accepted for £600,000, but so has a bid from Stoke and Fulham. Stoke are in the Championship. Have they just been promoted from the Championship? They won the playoffs. So they're in the Premier League, right? Oh, well. This might be quite difficult. Fulham also in the Premier League, just avoided relegation. Okay, well, this might be quite difficult to compete with. I think what we do is promise him star player status. I want him. I want him badly. Star player status. Because he will be. He'll be our starting left back. He'll play every game for us. So let's give him star player status. That's better than what Fulham and Stoke can offer him. He won't be a star player there, surely. So suggest that. Finalise the promise. This will have a big negative impact on his wage, though. He wants 11 grand a week. And that will make him the highest earner. Get rid of a sell-on percentage fee. If we can bring this down to 10 grand, that feels all right. Because 10 grand is what we paid last season per week in wages for Ethan Laird. And I think Reece Devine is on a similar level to Ethan Laird. And he'd be our player. We could then sell him down the line for a lot more money, right? So maybe we just give him the 11 grand he wants. I really want him. Am I going to regret that? I don't know. Thing is, I think Stoke and Fulham, even if they pay less, it might be like a better option for him. The fact we've said star player, though, just might convince him. Should also say, we did speak about him a few episodes ago, but we do have a centre-back coming in Jakov Suva. He joins us very shortly as well, which is quite good. But I didn't mention him earlier on because we spoke about him in depth a couple episodes ago when Jason Kerr nearly left us. Speaking of players leaving us, we actually probably do need to try and sell some players because we're looking to spend a lot of money right now, more than we actually have on some players. So obviously, Roland Hernandez, I want him gone. He's not good enough anymore, and we're hopefully bringing in other right backs. So, offer to clubs, unspecified, just transfer list him, see who wants him. I don't care what price we get for him, he just needs to go. The same with Joe Lewis, transfer, offer to clubs, just get out of here, off the wage bill, more than anything else. See who wants him. Looking down the list though, no one else is particularly wanted. Tom Ritchie, but he's obviously going out on loan. He's our young keeper going out on loan. Lewis Ferguson's wanted by LAFC, but he's always wanted by LAFC. They never put a bid in for him. So that's it. Okay. No one really looking to leave the club. And unfortunately, no one wants Hernandez or Joe Lewis. Offer to, let's say £1 million. No, that's a bit too low, isn't it? 2.5 million. Just offer him out, see who wants him. And then Joe Lewis, I just want him off the wage bill more than anything else. Transfer, offer to clubs. Again, we'll put like a £0 on there and just see if anyone wants him. Because if we get enough off the wage bill, we can probably put those wages into the transfer budget to then afford these players that we want. So just getting someone off the wage bill is probably more important than a fee right now. But again, no players or no clubs want these players, which is frustrating. The thing is though, we are only the 17th of June. It's still very early. The transfer window in other countries hasn't actually properly opened yet. Things are just done very early in Scotland. So there's still plenty of time. But Juan Torres is set to sign for us for £2.2 million. All right, Juan. Accept. Coming in to be our starting right back this season. I really think he'll be good. The scouts liked him. I like him because he's an 18-year-old Argentinian kid. I feel like maybe I've been a little bit swift on trying to sign him. but I don't think I'm going to get let down. He's come in, he's crossing and dribbling all right, a little low, but he's 18, he's Argentinian, he's got 5-star potential ability, he's got some good determination. We can get him tutored up. I like what I see. He'll be a good player. We'll go to training development straight away, and what we'll do is get him training up to be a right back, wing back on support, train that up, and also train his crossing up, because that's a little bit low right now. Obviously, he's not as good right now as Ethan Laird is last season, but he's going to come in and he's going to play good football for us. He's going to be fantastic. Give him a season, he will be better than Ethan Laird, and he's our player. He doesn't belong to someone else, he's our player. So a good start, one signing in already, which is fantastic. I am slightly concerned that we're not hearing anything much from whatever he's called, Reece Devine. Oh, but that French second division team want Roland Hernandez. And again, like, he's valued at £5 million. They're offering £850,000 for him. I'll be honest, I think his value is massively inflated. I don't think he's worth £5 million. I don't know who'd be paying £5 million for him. But it's some money coming into the club. It's some money off the wage bill. He's not going to play this season. He's only a decent player for most Scottish Premiership sides. If we compare him with, where is he, Juan Torres, like, Torres is just all over him, every single area, right? I mean, going forward, Hernandez is quite good, but he is also, he plays further up the field as well. He's a bit more of a winger too, right? Hernandez is more of a, Torres, sorry, is more of a actual defender, right? So, in terms of speed, vision, attacking, like, Hernandez will be better. But everything else, Torres is so much better than him. So, I'd rather just get Hernandez out the club. Even if we compare Hernandez, right, with, where is he? Daley Campbell. Like, Daley Campbell's better. They're very similar players, but Daley Campbell is slightly better, I think. So for me, we just keep Daley Campbell, we keep the new guy, let's just get rid of Hernandez, whatever the price. It's money into the club, it's fine. Maybe we could get more, but I don't think we're going to get much better offers, so let's just let him go. I am getting nervous about Reece Devine, though. Oh, this one gets to me a little bit. Because I just... can we offer... I'm going to offer him some more money. I've offered him at £500,000 a week more money. No, just £500 a week more money. I want him. I want him coming to us. I don't want him going to the Premier League. I think he's like the player we need. We also needed Koulibaly. And yet Koulibaly decided that no, he wants to go to Paderborn instead. He doesn't want to play European football for us in a top division. He wants to go and play second division German football. I mean, he's being paid a bit more money there. I think they're paying him, I think we offered 3.5, did we? And they've offered 4.5. So I guess he's gone there for the more money, right? But, that's a bit frustrating to miss out on him. Luckily for us, though, Brian Portier, he has been accepted. We might have to delay it, though. Or no, ooh, can we? We can't even, we need 5 million, and we've only got £2.9 million in the bank right now. And we can't, it's not letting us adjust the budgets. If we go to the budgets, right, wherever that is, make budget adjustment. If we slid it all the way to the transfer side, yeah, we wouldn't have enough money. Let's interact with the board, shall we? We mean business. Would cost too much money, they're saying. Okay. So we need to delay the transfer for a week. Delay it for a week, and we need to make some money somehow. In the meantime, a scout that I tried to sign, who is really, really good, has had a work permit accepted. So that's good. Accept that. Let's go. So we need the Roland Hernandez money, but we also need money from other transfers. Who else? Who else is valued highly that we don't really want or need? Maybe PK. Maybe PK. Like, he didn't do very well last season. Transfer, offer to clubs. Transfer list him. Let's just try and get him out. We've got plenty of young strikers that we can play instead. Maybe PK is the one we can sell. Also, I don't know why I'm so desperate to bring in this guy. I think I've got it in my head that we need him. The guy is worth like £4 million or whatever. It's a bit, I don't know. Either way, this scout's joined us, which is great. Intensive language course. Recommend some signings, please. That'd be good. We also need the money, of course, for Reece Devine as well. That's £600,000, as no clubs want PK. That's annoying. But Hernandez is leaving for £850k, so that's some money in the bank. It's still not going to be enough, even if we do adjust the budget. It's still not going to be enough. Can we ask for more? We can't ask for more transfer budget. It's just not an option there. You can't quite see it's behind my head, but it's not the option, which is annoying. Any clauses to sell? Can we sell any clauses that are going to make us big money? I mean, we'll get 5k from Hamilton if we sell this clause. That's not enough. This Mark Gallagher one, like 20k. Okay, there are no big clauses there for us to get anything on. We have to sell. We have to sell. Is no one interested in PK at all? No, which is frustrating. And Hernandez hasn't quite gone through yet. When does he leave the club? I think probably 1st of July, whatever it is, or 1st, yeah, something like that. PK. Transfer, offer to clubs. Let's list 2.5 million. We don't need that much money. Let's not be greedy. Let's just try and get him out. And again, that French club wants him for 2.5 million. They're all over him. But if they're offering 2.5, we can get more. Reject that. PK. Discussed it with PK. We need to get him out of the club, right? You're not in my tactical plans. You've got to leave the club. He's not happy to back down. Oh, just leave, please, mate. Please. PK. Transfer, offer to clubs. Let's go 3 million. We know we can get 2.5. Let's try and get 3 million for him. And apparently they've made an offer of 3 million. Okay. Well, let's just keep going with this. Keep going with it. Let's reject it. And then PK transfer, offer to clubs. 3.5 million. I didn't mean to do that. I don't know what, I've just clicked on something down there. I don't know what's happened with that. They've come in 3 million. Reece. Okay, this is good. Reece Devine or Devine, he's set to join us on a lot of money per week, mind, but we're going to get him for £600,000, which is good. We'll accept this one. We needed him. Why is that 3? Maybe I undid the. I'm panicking. All right, I'm talking quickly, and I don't know what I'm doing. Transfer, offer to clubs. 3.5, that's what I want to do. No, don't cancel. 3.5, they'll come in wanting that surely. So Devine has signed for us. He is fantastic. Our starting left back this season. He's better than Leif Davis that we had last season. I'm really happy with him coming in. And we beat Premier League opposition for him as well, like actual Premier League teams for him. And so short of the call, they've bid 3.5 for PK. Can we get 4 million for him? Oh no, they've come back with 2.8 million. So about 3.5 is the best we can do for PK. So transfer, offer to clubs, 3.5, we'll accept that. So there we go, the bid's come in. He wants to go there apparently, so let's accept it. And this could alleviate all our money worries. Cool. Okay, Stoke have come in offering £11.25 million for Ben Knight. Now, this is something we can't really ignore because Ben Knight is very good. Very good. It's a lot of money. It would do us a lot of good, that money. We could get a lot of players in. But it's Ben Knight. And I think he's got a £15 million release fee clause. Yeah, he does. So as much as I want to maybe accept it for the money, because that's a lot of money for a club like us, we are a selling club. We've got to be a selling club. I think we try and hold out for 15 million. If clubs want him, they will pay £15 million for him. So I'm going to push this up to 15 million, lock it in, get rid of that instalment, suggest they've withdrawn the offer. All right then, Stoke, you've made your move. And PK has agreed to join So Short, whatever they're called, for £3.5 million. That's going to allow us to bring in some other players this transfer window. And I'll be honest, PK is currently only the 4th best striker we've got, apparently. And we've got some youngsters coming through, like Harry Storm, for example, who, homegrown, probably deserve a chance more than PK. PK's had 2 seasons, right? And he's been great. He has scored plenty of goals. He got 18 goals a couple of seasons ago in all competitions. Last season, he only got 10 in all competitions. But he was never quite the player we thought he was going to be, I don't think. He was never quite the player we thought he could be. But to say we got him on a free transfer and now to sell him for £3.5 million, I think it's a good bit of business. Even if it is like under market value, it was like a bit of a, we need this now, done, so we can get money in for some Wonderkid. I think it's a good deal. I think. I'm pretty confident on it. We're going to accept it. Thank you, PK. See you later, though. And what that means is we now have the money to bring in Brian Portier. Please let this be worth it. I've pressed accept on it. I'm pretty sure it will be. I'm pretty sure it will be, right? The scouts loved him. He looked really good to me. And he comes in, 2.5-star current ability, which is decent, but 5-star potential. I think we've got 2 phenomenal good young players on the right back position and left back position in Portilla and Torres, both young Argentinian players, both at under 20 caps, both could be superstars. It's a risk and hopefully it's going to pay off. Again, what we'll do though is development training, left back training as a wing back on support. Yes, and then we'll also get his, where is it, crossing done as well. So right now, the starting lineup to me looks really, really solid. Really solid. I think when our new centre-back comes in as well, we'll obviously have someone in there to play, which would be decent. I think we've done well. I think we've got a good little starting lineup right now. We can fill out the rest of the team a little bit with some more players. We've not really looked at free transfers yet, so let's have a look at that. So we definitely need some centre midfielders coming in, and right at the top of our list of players is Gianmarco Callo from Genoa, available on a free transfer, can play CDM and in the centre of midfield, and importantly a playmaker, right? So Tam McLump we've got there as our starting playmaker this season, with Campbell as the ball-winning midfielder. Ferguson himself is more of a box-to-boxer ball winner than a playmaker, so to bring in a backup player, it's probably going to have to be a playmaker. So Gianmarco Callo looks like a decent guy to bring in. How much does he want per week on a contract to be a regular starter? Let's get rid of the promises. We don't want those promises in there. Can we also bring it down to squad player? Suggest he's happy with that and he wants £7 a week. Can we bring it down to like £5 a week? That would do nicely. Come on, lad. Do £5 a week for us. Be kind. £5 a week is what you want. You deserve that sort of money. There we go. Sorted. Let's see if he comes in. I didn't check work permit stuff, but it does say here work permit would likely be accepted. Okay, that's good. So hopefully that's a good centre mid coming in. We could also do with just like another centre back, just to be, you know, on the safe side with centre backs. No one major. I mean, Reece Williams from Liverpool could be decent, but he's not got great potential. Who here has got a lot of potential? I mean, let's sort it by potential instead, shall we? There's not a whole lot available to us right now. Maybe we come back for centre-backs a little later on once contracts have expired and we can be seen on a transfer list as well at other places. I also said we could do with a right winger. A right winger would be quite good. And if I remember, I was doing some scouting not long ago and I feel maybe if we get the interesting transfer bit, yes. Jonathan Mutombo is already signing for Nice. Okay, well, I wanted him. We can't get him because he's going to Nice instead. That's frustrating. Other than that, there's not really a whole lot that looks like fantastic. So maybe let's get rid of the contract expiring stuff for the right wingers. Just go for any player available who might be interested in signing for us. Kwame Poku could be a good one to bring in from Hibs if we could get a good deal for him. I wouldn't mind that one, you know. It's all about finding good value for money, right? Good value for money. This Luke Cowan guy's a bit old at 25. I saw the potential, but 25 years old, he's not reaching that at all, is he? I am drawn to this guy from Fiorentina. David Acampa looks very good and would be a great backup player to have. And if Ben Knight does go, would easily come in to be like a starter for us. Transfer, ask agent about availability. Fiorentina want between 1.1 and 2.1 million. We've got that sort of money, haven't we? We've got that sort of money. We've got 1.4 in the bank. Let's put a bid of £750,000 on the table. See what they say. If not, we could always try and get him on loan for a season before trying to buy him. Looking at centre-backs, Willie Gray from Hibs, 18-year-old regen, 3-star, 5-star. Hibs have got some decent players, you know. Transfer, ask agent about availability. A high fee will be required, but he'd be happy to join us as a backup player. Make an offer. Let's just put a bid on the table of £250,000. Make the offer. See what they say. Probably no, though. Although as a good centre-back here, I love our scouts when they come back with like South American Wonderkids sort of players. Johnny Herrera. He's a no-nonsense centre-back, currently playing for Atletico Nacional in... Is that in Colombia? In Colombia, nice. Okay. It's max asking price, $650. And he's got 5-star potential. And where it matters from what we can see right now, he does look good. Both feet as well. Oh, transfer, make an offer. It was a max asking price of 650, didn't it? So let's put 375 on the table. Surely some of these bids have to be accepted, right? You'd think that must be the case, right? Surely some of them have to be accepted. We've got to wait for a work permit for Calais, who I forgot about. He's a centre mid that we've tried to sign on a free transfer, which is good. Fiorentina want 2.1 million for a camper. We'll come back to him in a little bit, as Bazunu's out for 6 to 8 days. That's all right. Hibs have rejected the £250,000 for Willie Gray, which we kind of thought they would do. How much do they actually want? I imagine it's going to be like 20 mil. 27 million, okay, so we're not going to get Willie Gray. Real Sociedad want me as their manager. You can't have me. I'm all for Aberdeen. That's it completely. But what I do want is Johnny Herrera, who wants, after 50 league appearances, £75,000. That's fine. But percentage of profit from next sale, 40%. Can we reject this and then come back in, offer it without that percentage of profit thing? Let's do that. Let's reject this. Continue. Let's go back in for him. I might just be kind, right? Transfer, make an offer, get rid of that, but offer £400,000, suggest, they accept. Okay, excellent. And he wants a nice little contract as well, which is quite good to see. Fingers crossed we don't have to worry about like work permits of this guy. I don't think we need to. But again, let's get rid of that release fee clause. Yearly wage rise, go. Everything else suggests he wants a bit more on wages. That's fine. Brilliant. That guy should come in nicely. There's still the thing about this guy from Fiorentina though. 2.1 million. We can't afford it. We're paying £400,000 right now for this other guy. So £1 million is what we can offer at most. So let's put £1 million on the table. And after 50 league goals, we'll give you another, not even $1 million. We'll give you 2 million. He's not going to get 50 league goals, but they also want this percentage of profit from next sale. Let's reject this. We'll come back in for him in a second. In the meantime, Piqué and Hernandez have left us. They've gone to that French club, which is absolutely fine. Suva has joined us. This is the centre-back we were talking about, who looks really, really good. Let's make sure he's not on free kicks with his 1 free kick taking, but he is a very solid centre-back for us. But let's go back in for the right winger, David Camper. Transfer, make an offer. So we get rid of that. We bring this down to, I'm going to put it back to 750 again, £750,000. Let's put that in there. But then after 50 league goals, which he's never going to get, and if he does, he deserves the £2.5 million we'll pay for him if he gets 50 league goals. Suggest they're happy with that. Basically, we're only going to pay £750,000 for him because he is not going to get 50 league goals. He does want a big contract though. Like, we're looking at quite a lot of money, and he's locked in some things here. He is locked in important. Well, he's not a locked in important player. Make him regular starter, but he's locked in these other things to improve the team on and stuff like that. So, regular starter is fine. Oh, can we get rid of this now? No, I don't think we can. Let's finalise the promises. Let's not ruin it. He wants 10 grand a week. That's a lot of money, lad. Thing is, though, I think he will go up in value an awful lot. I think we can probably sell him for a lot of money down the line, so it might be worth it. But let's get rid of the release fee clause. Bring this down to like 7.5k. Suggest. He wants a lot of money. I think he'll be a great player though. A really solid player. If anything, we are getting a bargain. I think he's a bargain player. And again, like, you know, Ben Knight, we got Ben Knight on a free. We just turned down nearly £12 million for him. Hopefully someone at some point comes in offering 15, because then we've got a ready-made replacement for him, this Italian guy. Annoyingly though, the centre mid we wanted, even though the report does say work permit is likely to be accepted, it's not been accepted. So we have to cancel that transfer. So that's a bit of a downer actually. But maybe we look in the loan market instead for a centre midfielder to sort of come in to be a bit of backup for us, who's not on too much money. And one of them is this guy, Romero Lavia from Man City. We play him in the centre midfield, but he can play anywhere. Only on 3 grand a week, which is fairly cheap for us. So, transfer, make an offer, loan. Yeah. And they only want £300 a week. I know they want £900. We can't afford it. Wait, we can't afford it? Okay. Maybe we can't get players in on loan. No, we should be able to. There's 19 grand in the wage budget. Or is that about to go when we sign some players? Maybe. Okay, maybe wait a day for this Callow thing to get sorted out, because I think that maybe is affecting the wage budget still. And then once that's sorted out, we'll go back in for players in on loan. Yeah, the next day we can offer 100% of his wages. because it's now changed from 30%. I swear it said they only wanted 30% a day ago. And now they want 100% of his wages. I mean, it's okay, we can afford it. Let's make the offer right. We can afford it, but that seems a little harsh. Oh, Empoli are also putting a bid in for David Acampa. So we could lose the guy from Fiorentina to Empoli, and I wouldn't really blame him for going to Empoli rather than us, if I'm honest with you. So I don't know about that one. But Johnny Herrera, he's got a work permit coming through on the 4th of July. So fingers crossed that one goes through without a hitch getting a work permit for him. He plays international football, so it should be okay, I would imagine. Fingers crossed. The bid for the guy from Man City on loan has been accepted, and so has Herrera's work permit. So another centre-back coming in. The two centre-backs we wanted to bring in, we've got both of them, which is really good. Two solid youngsters as well. We've done so well there, I feel. Our back line in like 2 years' time is going to be absolutely phenomenal with the amount of talent we've got in that. Herrera looks fantastic too. 6'6", may I add. I forgot to mention that earlier on. I also didn't look earlier on, so I only just noticed it now. 6'6", only 11 heading, but he's 18 years old. He'll get better and things like that, which is great. His pace is all right as well. I like what I see. Johnny Herrera is going to be a superstar for us. So for me, like, our back line in the future is going to be amazing. We've got, at left back, Brian Portilla, who's going to come in and be superb. We've then got Juan Torres on the other side, who is going to be absolutely superb. We've then also got Johnny Herrera, who will be insane, and Jakov Suva, who will be insane. Give it 2 or 3 years, that back line, oh, gorgeous. And then, of course, players like Tyson Brown, Harry Storm, Mike Taggart, Tam McLumper, like, we have got such a good team coming through. And now Cagliari want Acampa too. Okay, I don't think we're going to get him. I think we might end up missing out on him, which is unfortunate because, although saying that, we are offering him a lot of money per week. Like, huge amounts of money we're offering him. Like, what was it? Was it 8 grand? Something like that a week? Like, I think that's probably more than other clubs are offering him. So he might listen to the money. I mean, I hope he listens to the money. I really, really hope he listens to the money. But now it's just a little bit of a waiting game. Just a little bit of a waiting game to see if they come into the club. The Man City guy has to have a work permit apparently as well, but it should be fine because he's got settled status. I know that. So that settled status thing should be fine to just join the club. And yeah, work permit has been accepted, which is brilliant. So a centre midfielder coming in to be more of a backup player for us, but we'll have a big part to play this season, I am sure. So there we go, 3-star current ability. Yeah, exactly what we need. Just someone to come in to be backup to Tam McLumper and stuff like that in that sort of advanced playmaker, deep line playmaker role. Perfect stuff. He's not going to be a big player for us, but, you know, we'll have an important part to play. And now we just need to sort of wait and see if we get the guy coming in from Fiorentina, and if we do, that's kind of it, because I feel like we spent all our money in that case. Although he has gone to Empoli, so we've not signed him. That's a little frustrating. He did look really good. But it's not the worst case scenario. We've got, what, £900,000 and 12 grand a week to bring in a right winger. We don't necessarily need one, but Jack Clark, some guy, is available on a free transfer. Will come in as a great backup player for us. Is wanted by Stoke, Frankfurt, Hanover, Werder Bremen, for example. So, I mean, he'll come in and be good. He might be a decent backup. How much does he want per week in wages as a regular starter if we can get rid of a lot of these promises? Because I don't want to promise him the world. He's happy with the lack of promises, though, which is quite nice. He wants 12 grand a week, though. That's a bit too much. Saying that, though, even if Ben Knight does get injured, we do have the guy in on loan from Man City who can play right wing relatively well. So in case of an emergency, he's there as a backup right winger as well. So maybe actually we don't need anyone else. Maybe that is the end. Maybe we have done all we needed to do. Let's just have a quick look. Let's try and not spend the money. Let's try and not spend that £1 million because that's a lot of money to us, right? Let's have a quick look at players with expired contracts that we've got scouted out already that might want to join us. I don't think there's anyone there that I'm like thinking, yeah, let's bring you in, you're amazing. No, there's not really anyone that got scouted out that I'm just desperate to bring in that looks great. I mean, Jack Clark will be good, but he wants 12 grand a week and I don't want to pay him that 12 grand a week. So I think we're done. I think we're sorted. I think we've got a fantastic team, you know, a really solid team. And I'm sorted by potential right now, as you can see. There's so many players with 5-star potential, which is crazy. And if I go to the filter and bring the reserves and the under-18s, it just gets even bigger with 5-star potential. Even bigger. Like, there's so much talent in this squad. 3 or 4 years down the line, when they actually reach that potential, oh, we are going to be so good. A few of these players will end up going out on loan. Thag McRae might go out. Harry Storm might go out. Sidney Tavras might go out as well. Kevin Hanratty might go out. There's a few players that might go out on loan, but for the most part, I am really happy with the team we've got right now. I mean, we filled every position that we set out to fill. That was really good, I think. So, yeah, we are going to finish things up there. I'm really happy with what we've done today. Really happy. We're going to come back next time for a triple header. We're going to play the Europa Conference League qualifying game and the Rangers game, and then the other leg as well. So 3 games coming for you tomorrow in our brand new stadium, which is, I think, just about finished being built, which is interesting. So we'll look at that in a bit more in-depth stuff next episode as well. But thank you ever so much for watching today. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Just to recap very quickly, we brought in Juan Torres from River, the right back. Looks really solid. Will be our starter this season. Reece Devine also coming in. Probably the marquee signing this season in terms of actual current ability. Probably the best player we've brought in. We also brought in for 4.2 million Brian Portia. Excellent signing there. We might have to pay a bit more in the future for him as well, but he'll be worth it, I'm sure, at that point. We also brought in Jakov Suva on a free transfer. I think he might be the best value for money deal on the ground. It's free, all right. But he's on a cheap contract too. I like Jakov Suva. I'm lying to you because the best value for money actually is probably Johnny Herrera. £400,000 for a 6'6" striker with his potential and current. Oh, he looks fantastic. I'm really pleased with him. And then in on loan, Romaro Lavia from Man City to play centre mid and right wing. On the outside, we've got Roland Hernandez leaving and PK leaving on a permanent deal for a combined total of 4.4 million. So we spent 4.6. Well, that's a lie, isn't it? Because 2 of them are on last season as well, aren't they? So 4.6, 6.8. 7.5 million call it total, 4.4 out. That's pretty decent, I feel. It's just annoying how they're kind of split over 2 seasons. It frustrates me. Either way, that is going to be that. So if you enjoyed today's episode, make sure you do drop a like on it for me and subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, and I will see you next time. Have a good one. Goodbye.